Hi again, everybody. This video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous, and here's her story. Ollie, I've been no contact with my father for 3 years when he got brain cancer. I decided to remain no contact with him during his illness and didn't attend his funeral. Sometimes I feel really guilty. He was my narc mother's enabler. He wasn't a great guy without my mother, but I basically went no contact with him because I needed to get away from my mother. I needed to get away from that toxic combination. But sometimes I feel debilitating guilt for not being there for him when he was dying. Why do I feel guilty for him even though he helped my mother carry out all her narcissistic abuse? Why do I hate her? Why do I hate her, but I feel some pity for him? What do you think of this, Anonymous? Well, look, the enabler is always an emotional quandary, I guess, because you go so long without realizing, what the enabler's true function is. So you do build up, and you are susceptible to building up some sort of what you perceive in your mind as some sort of love bond. My question to you would be, where was your father when you went no contact? Where was he? Where was he when he was dying? Did he reach out? Did he reach out to you? I doubt it. So what's your guilt? Your guilt is, that he died with your mother and you weren't there. But much like the narcissist, the enabler makes their own bed as well. And I'm not sure if your father wasn't the one actually pulling the strings behind your mother the entire time. As we find out, most enablers are, and that's what they're doing. The enabler made his bed. Your father made his bed. It's his decision. He decided to enable. He decided to take the side of your mother. He decided to make your abuse worse by his enabling and his silence. He made his own bed. You have some guilt because you probably still don't understand the depths of your father's responsibility in your abuse. And if you're a compassionate person dying of brain cancer without his child there to comfort him, as a compassionate person, you are going to have feelings about that, whether or not it's deserved on their part, and it always is. But the thing you must keep in mind is that the enabler makes their own bed just the same as the narcissist does. And your guilt is more evidence that you're the compassionate person, that even though he allowed you to be abused for all that time, even though he knowingly enabled, you still have some compassion for him at his death. And maybe the guilt you're feeling isn't guilt over not being there for him. It's actual guilt or sadness over what you have lost, over not having a family, who's, when your father dies, you don't show up to the funeral. You don't be there. As satisfying as that may be, to make them, reap the consequences of their actions, it's still an emotional toll on you because you're still losing something. You're still losing a sense of normalcy, the normalcy of mourning a parent, mourning a family member. It's just still more evidence of your abuse, of how you were raised. And even though it's the right thing to do for us, the only thing to do for us, it still doesn't mean we're not going to have negative feelings about it, because it's still more evidence of loss for us, more than loss of a parent. It's the end of life evidence of, wow, that's it, they're gone. More evidence of what you've lost, the normalcy of even being able to mourn a parent in a normal way. I think that's more speaks to what you're feeling than actual guilt, because you still lose. And that's one more trigger you're going to have to deal with, of that, okay, great, now they died. They died alone, they died without you, as they deserved. But damn them for even making you have to do it. Still sucks. Still not a great thing when you have to do that, as we all do, as most of us have to do. Because it's your final reminder that you were abused your entire life. And the last area that is not normal, that you are not like your friends, you are not like your normal friends and normal families. It's your final reminder of it. So I think that's where your feelings are coming from. I hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Thank you for your contribution. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, or a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with my PayPal and my email link in the description box. And remember, when you do email me your story, to please put at the top of the email whether it's with or without contribution and what name you'd like to go by. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.